Hi, my name is Erin Potts, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Air Traffic Control. We're a nonprofit resource for artists creating change. And for the past 10 years, during each election cycle, we've helped artists and managers to understand what's at stake and what they can do around local, state, and federal elections. Our work is nonpartisan in nature and is really intended to give you the tools and the information that you need to be effective. There's a lot more information that can be found on this in our handbook, and we have a link to that at the end of this quick presentation. And as always, air traffic control staff is here as a resource to artists and their managers. But to give you a quick sense of what you can do in the 2014 midterm elections, we've created the 6-minute presentation. As you can see, there's a lot at stake in the 2014 midterms. The House seats that are up for re-election will determine what the last 2 years of the Obama administration can look like and what kinds of policies will be able to be passed at a federal level. In addition, 36 states have governor elections in 2014. Similarly, attorneys general and secretaries of state are also up for election. And these positions are critical because they control state-based laws around things like how the state implements voter rights or the Affordable Care Act or immigration policy. These positions are also determinative on whether or not to allow ballot initiatives like the ones we've seen around gay marriage, marijuana, or women's rights. There are so many places where there will be important elections this year, and here are just a few of them. The amazing thing about being an artist is that you go to and often interact with lots of people in each of these places. So if you are from or toured any of these states with stars next to them and you want to know more about what's going on there, just let us know and we can get you more information. But I know a lot of artists and managers may be wondering what kind of impact they can really have in these kinds of races. So I want you to consider this. In 2000, New Mexico's electoral votes for president were decided by a difference of 323 votes. That same year, Florida went for Bush over Gore by 537 votes. In fact, in that election, 5 states were decided by a difference of less than 0.5%, which means just a few thousand votes. In 2004, the governor of Washington was chosen by only 129 votes. In 2006, the Democrats won control of the US Senate because of a close race in Virginia in which a little over 9,000 votes was the margin of victory. And then in 2008, in the state of Minnesota, Al Franken became a senator by only 312 votes. Margins of victory in elections at a state level are not huge. In fact, they're about the size of the venues and in many of the places that you play. So literally, in just one show, you can have a really huge impact. And consider your audiences. They're likely made up of young people, people of color, or women. And these are demographics of the most powerful would-be voters. They're powerful because of their sheer size, as these graphs indicate, and also because of the percent of the total voting public they make up. But these are also notoriously hard to reach and hard to motivate groups. What's exciting to us is that we know from science, and in this case, political science, that musicians are reaching people not otherwise reached. 72% of voters registered at concerts in 2008 were not already supporters of other nonprofits. This means that artists are uniquely able to get these hard-to-reach audiences registered and ready to vote. And this is important because turnout is going to be the most critical element of the midterm elections. 34 million people who voted in 2012 are not expected to vote again in 2014 without encouragement from the people they trust. The biggest drop-off voter is educated young people. Furthermore, a huge portion of your fan base isn't even registered yet. These important communities tend to be more mobile than others, and therefore artists, who are also mobile, can help get them registered and re-registered in ways that others cannot. So what can you do? There is a ton that you can do around the midterms. There's more in the handbook, and we're always available to help advise you. But here are just 2 things that we'll be helping artists do this year that will literally take 5 minutes each, and we know will have an impact because they've worked before. In 2012, we helped Headcount, who organized 200 musicians, comics, and actors to take photos of themselves holding up register to vote clipboards. and then tweet and post them on social media, all on National Voter Registration Day. Each tweet and post included a link to where to register to vote. The result to this simple action that literally took 5 minutes for each artist to do was that in one day, 40,000 people were registered. We'll be doing this again. National Voter Registration Day this year is September 23rd, and we can help you get these photos taken and give you the sample social media language to use on the 23rd. Another highly successful digital campaign from 2012 is where artists tweeted and posted election reminders, voter protection, and polling information with the hashtag #GoVote and images made by visual artists. This eye-catching way to get out critical information is really, really helpful because a lot of people who want to vote don't end up doing so, either because they forgot, they can't find their polling place, or they don't know which ID to bring. Tweeting and posting a reminder with this critical information helps get voters into the voting booths. This campaign will launch a few weeks before the election, which this year is November 4th. So those are just two of the most simple activities that air traffic control can help you engage in around the election. As I said, there's a lot more that we can help you do. More on the election or non-election strategies are detailed in our Artist Activism Handbook. And to download a digital copy, you can just go to our website, www.atctower.net, and click on the button as we've shown here. And as always, if you'd like more information about this or other ways that our staff can help support your cause-related activities, just contact us. Our coordinates are on the screen and we'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening.